Welcome to today's show, The Power of Vegan Choices and Sustainable Practices in Curbing Climate Change. Climate change is no longer a far-off concern. It's happening now, affecting our planet and daily lives. Beyond melting ice caps and rising sea levels, it's having a serious impact on human health, calling for immediate action. While technologies like renewable energy and electric cars are essential, they're not enough to keep up with the fast rise in greenhouse gases. One gas in particular, methane, is especially powerful but short-lived, making it a key target in efforts to slow global warming. Climate change describes a wide range of planetary disruptions, from changing plant bloom times to vanishing mountain glaciers. These shifts, driven by a warming planet, are reshaping ecosystems, weather patterns, and our daily lives in ways we can't afford to ignore. Much like the human body needs a stable internal temperature to function properly, the Earth has an average temperature of about 15 degrees Celsius. When the planet's temperature rises, much like the body does during a fever, the balance of ecosystems is thrown off. However, unlike a fever that the body can recover from, a prolonged rise in temperature leads to irreversible changes in the planet's systems, causing widespread disruptions such as biodiversity loss and climate disasters. Scientists have confirmed that global surface temperatures have been steadily rising since 1951, with the pace picking up in the past decade. NASA reports that in 2023, the planet's temperature was about 1.36 degrees Celsius higher than the pre-industrial average of the late 19th century. What's more, the last 10 years have been the hottest on record, highlighting the urgent need to tackle this escalating crisis. Climate change isn't just about the planet. It's also a growing public health crisis that's impossible to ignore. As global temperatures rise, heat waves are hitting harder and more often, putting people at risk of heat exhaustion, dehydration, and even heat stroke, especially the elderly and kids, who are the most vulnerable. But rising temperatures aren't just felt through heat waves. They're changing the very air we breathe. Extreme heat speeds up the formation of ground-level ozone, a harmful pollutant that worsens conditions like asthma and bronchitis. Wildfires, fueled by hotter, drier weather, are another growing concern. These intense blazes release smoke and fine particles that make the air harder and more hazardous to breathe. Vulnerable groups such as children, seniors, and those with existing lung conditions face increasing risks of chronic respiratory problems. Climate change is fueling a rise in diseases spread by pests like mosquitoes and ticks, putting global health at risk. A review in the New England Journal of Medicine highlights how rising temperatures and shifting climates are giving these disease carriers more places to thrive and longer periods to spread illness. For example, cases of Lyme disease, caused by bacteria, are increasing as Ixodes ticks, which carry the infection, are moving into new areas of Canada and Norway because of warmer weather. In the US, Lyme disease is on the rise, jumping from 329,000 cases between 2005 and 2010 to 470,000 between 2010 and 2018. And it's not just Lyme disease. West Nile virus, known to cause severe life-threatening complications and transmitted by mosquitoes, has started appearing in places like Germany after periods of unusually warm weather. These diseases aren't just numbers. They're straining healthcare systems, leading to long recoveries and in some cases turning deadly. It's a clear reminder of the growing health risks tied to our changing climate. When we think about climate change, we often focus on physical impacts like rising sea levels or extreme weather. But did you know it's also taking a toll on mental health? Heat waves, floods, and hurricanes are driving up rates of anxiety, depression, and even post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. A 2021 World Health Organization, or WHO, survey found that only 9 out of 95 countries have mental health support in their climate action plans, a noticeable gap as the need grows. Extreme heat has also been linked to more suicides, aggression, and mood disorders, according to an analysis published in the Indian Journal of Occupational and Environmental Medicine. The toll is especially steep in agricultural communities facing displacement and economic challenges. As millions worldwide feel the effects of a changing climate, it's crucial to acknowledge how it negatively impacts mental well-being. Mental health deserves a central place in climate discussions, as the emotional and psychological effects of these shifts are just as urgent as the physical ones. Climate change is also a growing threat to global food security and nutrition. Droughts, floods, and other extreme events are already impacting crop yields, making food scarcer in many parts of the world. By 2050, up to 183 million more people in low-income countries could face hunger due to such disasters, according to a report in the journal Global Environmental Change. And it doesn't stop there. Rising carbon dioxide levels are lowering the nutritional value of staples like rice and cereals, lessening their essential mineral and protein availability. Research published in the journal Nature Climate Change in 2017 estimates that higher CO2 levels could cause 150 to 220 million people to suffer from zinc deficiency. Additionally, a 2018 study in the journal Science Advances projects that by 2050, up to 600 million rice-dependent individuals may face micronutrient shortages. The most vulnerable regions, particularly in Africa and Asia, will bear the greatest burden, resulting in long-term health and nutrition challenges. The science is clear. Human activities are heating up our planet. Animal people factories, burning fossil fuels, cutting down forests, cultivation of animal person feed, transportation and industrial production have all led to a sharp rise in greenhouse gases. These gases act like a blanket around the Earth, trapping heat and causing global temperatures to climb. Carbon dioxide gets most of the attention when speaking of climate change drivers. However, what's less well known is that the methane in the atmosphere is far more dangerous than carbon in the short term. It has a much shorter lifespan than CO2, breaking down within 7 to 12 years. However, during that time, it's far more powerful. In the first 20 years after release, methane traps 80 times more heat than carbon dioxide, and still 28 times more over the next 100 years. Methane accounts for about 30% of global warming. Given methane's potency in the short term, addressing its emissions could have an immediate and significant impact on global warming. Unlike the slow pace of carbon dioxide's long-term effects, reducing methane releases could start cooling the planet much more quickly. The top source of methane is industrial animal people raising activities, making it the most important area of focus in the efforts against climate change. By the world adopting the vegan diet, we would reduce methane output substantially, helping to slow down global warming. Shifting away from animal people-based foods also conserves vital resources like water and land, making it a powerful collective action in the quest to curb climate change. You might be wondering how to make this dietary switch yourself. Building a support system is helpful for long-term success. Seek out online or in-person groups where you can share tips, recipes, and challenges. Having a like-minded partner can also make grocery shopping, meal prepping, and cooking more enjoyable. Anticipate potential obstacles such as social gatherings or family meals and plan ahead with vegan-friendly options so you're prepared for any situation. Transitioning to a vegan lifestyle is a necessary step for both your health and the planet, so be patient with yourself, embrace the learning curve, and enjoy discovering new flavours and foods that align with your goals. You'll also find that the journey towards a greener lifestyle extends beyond your diet. Sustainable living, in all its forms, plays a crucial role in tackling climate change by reducing the environmental impact of our daily activities, whether it's through shifting to renewable energy sources or adopting energy-saving habits. Every small change counts. Additionally, smart conservation practices like using public transportation, carpooling, or driving electric vehicles further decrease reliance on fossil fuels, which boosts global warming. Reducing waste is just as crucial, whether it's recycling, reusing, or choosing eco-friendly products. These simple actions can help keep our landfills from overflowing and protect our natural ecosystems from pollution. And while one person's efforts might seem small, imagine if everyone pitched in. Together we can make a big difference in the efforts against climate change, ensuring a healthier planet for future generations.
Vegan. Now around you, the world dances.